Come on up. Come on up. You know you wanna. There you go. Had the TV tray in the way you couldn't get up that way. You had to jump up on the arm. You're so fat you almost didn't make it, did you? Yeah. Now I'm gonna go over here. You gonna come down and visit? Yeah, I guess so. Get out of the way, Norton. It's funny, the computer can be on for hours and hours and hours and nothing happens. The second I start a live stream, that's when Norton decides it has to throw pop-ups at me. Come on, you can't reach it? Man, are you getting lazy? Next thing you know, you're just going to open your mouth and expect me to throw it in. Yeah, that's what you just did too, isn't it? You open your mouth and just let it drop in. How spoiled are you? Hey everybody, how you doing? We're going to get everything framed up right here. Yeah, that was the one wild card. I wasn't sure what Flash was going to do with the okra. That could have gone either way. One of the things I kind of discovered though is she likes her food cold. So what I did is I picked the okra about an hour before I fed it to her and cut it up and put it in the refrigerator so it was nice and cold. But yeah, she gobbled that up. I thought it was funny she had okra seeds stuck to her face at the end of the video. She's quite the ham though. Although I don't know if she'd like ham. Probably not. Well, I saw Jordan put a video up about Jaw and his first medical situation. So that's what happened, huh? Poor Jaw. I got stung by a couple of hornets in the backyard about 6 or 8 months ago. They decided to build their little nest under one of the eaves of the pool, and I was leaning on the pool to kind of clean out the skimmer, and I apparently got too close. Two of them got me. That hurt. I had like welts on my arm for a month or so afterwards too. Well, so what's everybody doing today? Got 18 people in here and no one's talking. It's funny, I've been putting the water in that I drink in the freezer for about 20 minutes um, before I go live. So I have a little block of ice on top of it, and that kind of keeps it cold for a little while longer. But for the first 5 minutes or so, you get the ice that's in there, and you gotta break it up. Overcast and rainy in Ohio. That sounds like a good day. I love it when it rains. The vets are kind of a weird situation. I had to go get bite and nibble their vaccines right before I went to California, and I had problems finding a vet. And we had talked to two or three of them, and they said, "Yeah, we're not even taking patients right now." Apparently, what happened is that during COVID, so many people were coping by getting pets that all the vets are right now just over capacity. They're not accepting new patients. It was actually lucky I found one that did work that could take me. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth passed away. That was really shocking. In fact, it was funny because I was at one of my breaks at work the other day, the day it happened, and I was just kind of scanning through my Facebook profile, and I saw an article that said that the Queen was on death watch. And I said, okay, well, I don't naturally just trust everything that comes across Facebook, although I did trust the source in this particular case. I decided to go look at a couple of news sites, and they were confirming that everything was that was all true. And then I went back to Facebook again, and by the time I got back to Facebook, people were posting that she had passed away. So it's amazing. She was in on the throne for what, 70 years. She was there during World War II. Can you believe that? Did I get the air conditioner working? It is working, but it isn't 100%. But that's fine. I'm going to deal with it. There's a vlog coming up that you'll see probably on Tuesday. It kind of goes into the details, but it does work, but it isn't 100%. So we're going to have to bring the guy back. The guy kind of realized that there was something wrong when he was there. So he said that might be an issue, but he says, just see how it works for you, and we'll go from there. You like the Daniel Johnson shirt? Yeah, I thought, that'd be a good one to wear today. Planning on cooking all your meals ahead of time. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Then you just got to nuke it. I'm still eating stuff that I cooked, several weeks ago. I still got some of that tomato soup. I'm still finishing up the gumbo. So, that's part of the reason why I make large quantities of that stuff. You wonder, you often hear me say, "Oh, I'm doubling the recipe." Yeah, that's why, because I'll freeze it and I'll feed on it for weeks or even months afterwards. Thank you, Spaniel Mom. I appreciate that. When I first saw that name pop up the first time, I honestly thought you were a troll, but you turned into a regular member. But I still felt uncomfortable saying that name on That's why I never referred to you directly. And I thought it was trying to be obscene or something like that. I didn't realize what the issue was. That it was about cocker spaniels. So I understood it, and you become a part of the family now. But it was a little shaky right at the beginning. It rained all day in Iowa, so you can spend it outside today. That sounds like a good idea. I wish we could get a little bit more rain. Got very little. We got a little bit of rain, but not as much as we were hoping. Hey, Eric, how you doing, buddy? Good morning, Gene. You had to put your dog down a few weeks ago. That's sad. I hate it when you have to do that. It's all, it's, I guess it's sort of a testament that you've cared for your pet so well that they wore out, versus, dying of negligence or something like that. But it's hard when you have to get behind and push, but it's also hard watching them suffer. I remember that with the cat that I had before Bite and Nibble. He had diabetes for 2 months, really serious. It started me noticing he was losing weight like crazy, and so I took him to the vet, and the vet said, "Yeah, he's got diabetes," and we fought it for several months, well, a month or so, And it finally just got to the point where I said, I know he's not having a good quality of life. I know he's suffering. I can't put up with that anymore. And it was hard to do, and I miss him because he was a great cat. But every dog, every cat I've ever had, I had to put down. That's the hard part about it. But you got to remember all the love that you get from them while they're alive. You like the sunspot video? Yeah, it's funny. The videos that I'm most proud of are generally the ones that nobody watches. But it's weird because there's like this inverse connection. The videos that don't get watched much usually result in more subscribers. I think I got, several new subscribers from that video. But like I said, very few people watched it. And then that one that I did where I fixed up the Halloween props, that one did very, very well. It's twice what normal videos are. So whatever. Like I said, I still don't understand why it is that people watch. But as long as you keep watching, I'll keep putting them out. Your dog lost a lot of weight, took him to the vet, and it was a liver failure. Yeah, that'll do it. A lot of times when the liver goes bad, they don't feel good. When they don't feel good, they don't feel like eating. Eric's doing audio at football games. That's cool. That sounds like fun. Sounds like the kind of thing I would do. And I see Norton's going to continue pestering me here, so let me see if I can silence them here. We're going to turn on silent mode here, so that will hopefully take care of this. Hopefully. I haven't seen Jordan's video yet about Jaw. I saw that he'd done one. Yeah, basically, Flash enjoyed everything. I'm going to do more of those at some point. I spent probably about a month shooting that one because, you can't just feed her everything all at once, do one video and then do another one because she fills herself up. So, um, I shot that over a period of several weeks and then just kind of combined it all together. Will I be visiting any haunted houses? So far, the only one I'm going to be visiting is Silo of Screams. I've talked to John now, and I'm committed to doing it. I'm doing it just on the Saturdays this year because I made myself sick by burning the candle at both ends by doing it both Friday and Saturday. It's too hard with a 12-hour workday. But I can do one long day and maybe sleep in. You might find that live streams during October might be a little later than normal because I may sleep in the next morning, but we'll deal with it. Yeah, that's what I heard, that they got stung by a bee. That's no fun. Poor Jaw. Yeah, well, I don't, Flash gets to eat what she wants. She basically just grazes during the day. I've never had a problem with her uh, being unhealthy or overweight or anything like that. I don't even know how you tell that, but it's a treat, not something she gets all the time. Yeah, well, there've been a couple of times where um, working at the Silo of Screams destroyed my voice. Sometimes it's because it made me sick. Sometimes it's because I screamed so much the night before that I basically screamed myself hoarse. Yeah, a lot of people say the hot tea and lemon and that kind of stuff for for a lost voice, but I've never really been a teetotaler. Just me. I don't drink tea. I don't drink coffee. Yeah, I am so glad I'm out of California, and Texas is just a world better. And I mean, just add the fact that last week the temperature got to 107 degrees. That was insane. And I think they were saying 114 one day. And it's like, yeah, no thanks. I don't want to be a part of that. Now the temperature is broken now, but they still got the fires going there, and the fires are bad. My mom, I was talking to her a little bit last night, and she was saying that they, depending on which way the wind's blowing, she can smell the fires. And apparently, there's a big one in Riverside, which is very close to where I used to live. So I'd be dealing with that right now. No fires here. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that. I'm glad that so many people watch my videos. It makes me happy to put something that you consider meaningful into your life. Even if I just want to add honey and lemon to water, it'll help. Huh. Okay. I like honey and I like lemon. I'm just not a tea person. 115 in Sacramento. Yikes. Yeah, I echo that too, Connie. I hope Michelle feels better. It's no fun being sick. Yeah, that's what I heard too. The temperature is better this week. Let's see, what is it in? That's the beauty of the internet here, right? Let's see, weather. Folsom. Oh yeah, 79 to. Oh no, that's hourly. Sorry, hold on. Okay, still it's in the 90s. 93 today, 90 tomorrow, 84 on Tuesday, 80. So it's coming down real fast, and it looks like it's going to stay in the 80s or low 90s. Looks like by the end of next week, it'll be up in the 90s again. Yeah, compared to 114, 115, yeah, you're right. That's jacket weather. I'm thinking the same thing here. For 2.5 months or so, it never dipped below 100 here, and so now that we're in the lower mid 90s, that kind of seems a little better. You enjoy the project videos? I like doing the project videos too. They're kind of fun. I think naturally there's a little bit of a teacher in me, and so I like having the medium to teach people things. Turns out every job I've ever had, once I got good enough at it, I became a trainer. So I think it's just natural. 97 today, but partly cloudy. What is it supposed to be? I think we're below that. Let's see. What are we? Waco. Yeah, they're saying 90 today, but the hourly forecast shows it peaking about 88. So that's definitely, I mean, that's, 15 degrees off what it's been. So I'm looking good. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. You like the Halloween decor video, but the thumbnail scares you at first. It's funny. I got a message from Rhonda, and she messaged me that the second the girls saw it, they both said at the same time, "That's Breck's girlfriend." So I thought that was kind of funny. It's funny when I had the air conditioning guy out to work on the air conditioner last week. I've got right now that big hanging dummy that I basically spent the bulk of the video working on. I've got him sitting right now in a chair in the storm shelter, and a couple times the guy walked by that and looked in and went, "Oh." And I did that too. The first day I went to work after I put him in there. Um, I saw that. It freaked me out for a second too. It's like, oh, there's somebody in the storm shelter. Oh wait, no, I put him there. You're watching the X Files on TV today. Or it's on TV, or do you have the DVD or something? Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that too, John. I don't know how the locals here are going to deal with my Halloween display, but we'll see it. We'll see what happens. First off, a lot of the Halloween, at least as far as I'm aware, a lot of it seems to happen, late evening before it gets dark. So it may not be as scary as it was at my house in California when the action didn't start until it got dark. Where's Bite now? I don't know. Although sometimes when he hears his name, he comes. Hey, Bite, where are you? Of course, then there's the foolproof Bite calling thing here. Yeah, there he is. I see him. He's behind the computer right now. Yeah, absolutely. Charlotte and Logan are the best comedians here. Come on, you gonna come up? I mean, I know you had a whole bunch of kitty treats already, but what's the Rolls Royce of cell phones? Honestly, I don't know. I've had a Samsung Galaxy for the last three phones, and I've been very happy with that model. The big problem I always had with the Galaxy phones before was that after a couple of years or so, the battery life just doesn't last as long on a charge. But I'm like almost 3 years into this phone, and this thing still has a great battery on it. So I don't know. Maybe they got past that, or maybe it's just the fact that I'm doing wireless charging now rather than plugging into the adapter. I don't know, but I still get good battery life on this. Because I got this phone right after I came to Texas. So we're 3.5 years into this phone, and it's still taking a licking and keeping on ticking. Fight was on the couch a little bit at the beginning of the live stream, but he tends to get a little bored. Yeah, if we can get Bite to come up, we'll give him a belly rub if I can get him to if I can coax him up here. How's my mom? My mom's doing good. She called me briefly last night because she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to call me today. I usually have a weekly telephone call with her on Sunday afternoons, but today her brother and her brother's daughter are coming to visit for a few days. So she hasn't seen them since my father passed away. So they're going to spend a couple of days together. I guess they're going to go to the Folsom Prison today and check that place out, assuming that they're not all jet lagged. Apparently, they left Minnesota last night about 8 o'clock and flew overnight. So, and they're just kind of arriving this morning. Yeah, I've never been an iPhone person. I've always been Android. I've always found that Apple products seem to be unnecessarily overly expensive. Yeah, that was sad when the Queen passed. I mean, here in the United States, the Queen isn't really kind of the central part of our world, but she was an amazing person, had an amazing life, and a very honorable life. You have a bunch of Halloween decorations. You haven't bought anything for a while, but you bought a couple of wooden yard signs and a scary porch pumpkin. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that we're gonna end up with like another Spirit Halloween in some place here in Waco, but I don't know where it's going to be this year, or even if it's going to be this year, because uh, the store that they used to be in has now been leased and somebody's using it. So yeah, I don't think Charles is going to be as good a king as Elizabeth was a queen. I don't know. Time will tell. And it's amazing she lived as long as he did. I mean, what, Charles is 70, something like that? Okay, Eric is telling me there's a Spirit Halloween next to Target near the library. I don't know where the library is. Is that over sort of where you live? 73, okay. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how William will do as king. He's next in line, as I understand it. Yeah, I'm not gonna, badmouth Apple, but I've been a non-Apple person always. I've when I was at the CD factory, we had both Apples and PCs, and I preferred the PCs. Less expensive, more options. The thing that makes I think Apple products so expensive is everything that goes in it, for the most part, has to be approved by Apple. I don't know if that's changed. I honestly have not been on a Mac product in a long time, but at least for a while there it was. I remember one time I went to Fry's, it was like a local electronics store near me in California, and I was just interested in the options. Trying to compare the top of the line Mac product to the top of the line PC product, and I just wandered the aisles, and for one point there was only actually one row of Apple products, and there were like five or six desktop computers that you could get. I found the top of the line one, and it paled in comparison to the top of the line PC. It had only a couple of USB ports. It didn't even have a built-in optical disk drive. You had to buy that separately. It had you know uh, limited monitor capability. You buy monitors or PC monitors now. A lot of times you'll have multiple video ports, so you can have side by side monitors. That wasn't even available on the top of the line Apple product. So I don't know. I don't see myself switching to Apple anytime soon. Let's just put it that way. At the beginning, Apple was superior in a lot of ways. It was superior as a graphics machine and as a video machine, but PC has closed that gap. You have a large planter on the left side of your doorway that turns into a cemetery for Halloween. That sounds like a good idea. You saw I have all those styrofoam uh, grave markers, and I'll put those out in the yard. Kind of, I think I'm going to probably kind of build everything up. I got this kind of path that goes up the middle of the yard to the front door, and I think I'll probably just kind of build everything around that because I got a huge front yard, and if I'm going to really fill that up, I'm going to have to buy a lot more stuff. Hey, Rhonda's here. She's working today, so we didn't get a chance to see her that much. Uh, but she said she'd stop in hopefully on her break. How you doing, Rhonda? Yeah, I hope you feel better. Definitely, best thing to do is rest and hydrate. Yeah, William is next, and that's right. Yeah, I guess his oldest son is after that. But what's the likelihood that Charles and William are both going to go, in the next 10 years or something like that? Charles maybe, but William is young. Yeah, Harry kind of disgraced himself. You got to wonder if he's there saying like, "What did I do?" Yeah, the first computer my family had was an Apple IIe. So yeah, yeah, you had a floppy disk, one side to boot, second side had like software on it, so you had to flip the floppy disk in the middle of the run. I don't. I think they had a bunch of technical problems with the moon launch, so I don't think it's gone. I'm guessing that they'll get it resolved and there'll be a launch at some point. It's foggy in Eureka, huh? Well, that's got to do a little bit for the heat. Yeah, well, you never know. I don't know what I haven't really followed the history of longevity in that family, but I'm guessing that not everyone's going to live as long as Elizabeth did. You're a royal watcher. Yeah, I know a lot of people are. My mom was to an extent too. I believe that she got up early one morning to watch Charles and Diana's wedding. Yeah, yeah. I'm sort of thinking about the World Trade Center today. That's why the cover video is that. That's why I got the American flag up today. Rhonda's all thumbs today. Well, I've told you guys the video, the story of my September 11th. There's a video on that probably a year or maybe 2 years ago today, where I talked about that. Basically, I was on the way. I was at the airport on the way to my grandmother's funeral, who passed away a couple days earlier, and I actually watched the second plane hit the second tower on the TV in the airport. Trust me, that was a weird day. You did a moment of silence in the store for 911. Yeah, I'm hoping a lot of people did that. That was definitely a defining moment in my life. I changed a lot on that day. I started thinking, it's like, oh wait, this live stream is going to be on September 11th, a couple days ago. So, um, just search 911. It would have been released on September 11th. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, or the year before that, but you got to search. If you search 911, you got to go find it. I think it's called my September 11th story or my 911 story or something like that. I went into the whole details. I still have the ticket stub from the flight that I was on that got canceled. We actually got onto the plane and had to get off after because the FAA shut down all air travel. And Bike's actually back to showing us his butt, right? Laura Lee asked for a belly rub. You up for a belly rub? Huh? Let's do a belly rub while we got you here. Rotate things around here. There we go. Belly rub time. Should we upgrade it to a belly brush? Huh? Is that good? Do you like a belly brush? No, not as much. Okay, we'll just stick with a belly rub then. I would have figured you would have been way into the belly brush. Okay, you're free. You still want the brush, so I'll just put that in the corner and you can go pay attention to it if you want it. Hey, Black Dot's here. That was his rump roast. Is that your rump roast? Huh? No, he's down there messing with the brush here. Rubbing on the brush. He likes the brush. Yeah, you like the brush. Yeah, he's just a big baby. He likes the attention, don't you? Yep. No, I didn't like the new glasses. I ended up going back and getting some new lenses. In fact, I'm going to go. The new lenses are supposedly ready to be picked up now, so I'm going to go pick them up after the live stream. There'll be a video on that. Actually, I got two videos today I'm going to finish. A lot of times, you start on a video and you get it kind of, okay, I've gone as far as I can go now, and now I got to wait some time. And I got two videos like that right now that I've started but not finished, and we're gonna try and finish them both today. I couldn't deal with the progressive lenses. You know, they said it might take my brain a week or so to get used to them, but this isn't a problem getting used to them. There's just things I don't like about them. Bone broth as a base. Yeah, I don't know. Beef stew, maybe. You know, some sort of a soup. Tracy's making an instant pot beef stew. What are my favorite vlogs of Jordan? Let me think. I really like when we went to the Wayne's World guitar store. That was a fun one. I've been to the Poltergeist house. That was a fun one. Um, the one where we went to Spawn Ranch, where the Mansons hung out when they did their murder streak. That was a fascinating one. Um, let's see, I like that we went to the military surplus store from Falling Down. That was a blast. I can't name just three because there's so many of them that were great. When we went to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas, that was fun. A lot of the road trips. I like the Robo Lights one. We went to a couple. Went there a couple of times. That place was fascinating. Yeah, Bite's just staring in the corner right now. He's doing his impression of Flash when she sleeps. Pulls her head into the corner and takes a nap. Jordan really knew what the subjects I liked too. So, he'd say, "Oh yeah, I've been thinking about doing this one, and we'll save that one till Brett comes up." And I didn't like the fact that the image got blurry when I looked at the side of the lens. That was the problem. If I could have dealt with it if it was all the way across the lens for distance, all the way across the lower part of the lens for close up. But with especially with the close up stuff, you move to the side and the image gets all blurry, and I don't like that. I not only tip my head, but I also shift my eyes when I'm looking, and that caused a problem for me because I don't like it when things are blurry. Unless it's like consistently blurry. When I got the glasses off and I'm looking at things like, okay, everything's a little blurry right now, but you know, if I tip my head, it's still blurry the same amount. The glasses got to be able to do that. I think I'll be much happier with just a set of long distance glasses. And I think probably what the solution will ultimately be is I'll get a LASIK for distance and then just go back to just needing the readers. Did I get the Halloween decorations sorted? Pretty much, pretty much. But basically, all I did was what I showed on that video. The main thing I knew, I wanted to take inventory, see what had been damaged in the trip, and to basically clean that guy up that I'm going to have hanging from the tree because he'd taken a beating. He was in not really good shape even when I left California, and after spending a year and a half in the storage locker and being shoved into a little corner for the last 2 years. He's a little rough. He needed a lot of help, and I knew he needed help, and so we got that going. Yeah, I kind of had the same thing. In fact, with the progressive lenses. In fact, the day that I went to uh, went back to Lens Crafters to get the new lenses, that was there was one point when I was just getting out of the car after I arrived at the Richland Mall, and I rotate my head with the glasses on, and the image of the right side of the car distorted in a really weird way, and it kind of made me almost a little dizzy. 50 years since MASH, yeah, right? You know you're getting old when the music you listen to starts appearing on the oldies stations. Never thought I'd hear the likes of Talking Heads and Oingo Boingo on an oldies station, but here we are. It's funny, I watched MASH a little bit, but I was never really into that show. Yeah, I intentionally gave the glasses a chance, but I took them to work the first couple of days after I um, got them, and I didn't wear them much at work, and stopped bringing them to work altogether. I just didn't like them. I've read that Flash's species is kind of a solitary creature, and that she might not get along with another tortoise. And I was doing some reading up on it, and they were saying that um, maybe it's best not to try and breed them either, because you might have problems finding out what you're going to do with all of them. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of shows in that era that a lot of people watched that I wasn't really into. That Mash was one of them. I don't know. I watched it a few times and it was okay, but yeah, I can see that if you had a family member that was in the Korean War, that how that might be something you could bond on. Yeah, I don't think I'm either nearsighted or farsighted anymore. I'm blind both ways. I've been wearing these for about 15 years now, but I mean, not this specific set, but hey, it looks like Jeff's here. What's going on, Jeff? Okay, Jeff can't hear me. Lucky for him, huh? Actually, you guys can mute me if you want to. Steak, that sounds good. I was thinking, I've been, for the last week or two, I've been eating stuff that I've made in vlogs like a week or two or three ago. And I'm thinking tonight I'm going to have some real meat. Right now, I just wear them for reading. But in the last year or two, my distance vision has gotten bad too. I find that when I'm on the road, I have to be right up on top of a road sign before I can see what it says. So that was a factor. The fact that I can't see things across the room at work is a problem. There's some displays that I need to be able to see from a distance that I can't see right now, and so I'll start wearing them. I don't know. I don't know if I'll wear them all the time, but I'll wear them when it's important because I can do. I don't know. I'm maybe just not used to wearing glasses. I've gone my whole life only having the readers, and so I can. I might, if I'm going out mowing the yard or something like that, I might not need to have the glasses on. But if I'm going to drive, I'll bring them. If I'm going to maybe be at work, I'll have them with me. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll go to 100% glasses or not. We'll play that by ear. Jeff posted a video. I saw it just this morning where I guess somebody gave Amigo a pig's ear, and he didn't quite know what to do with it. Let's see if I can find that video here because that was kind of a cute video. It's always they never make this easy to find your friends here. You got to click on like 5 different pages to get things. Okay, there we go. We'll get going this way here. Jeff Kidd. Oops.
Pig ear. All right, let's see how he responds. All right, buddy.
Just kind of took it, and a lot of times they don't know what to do with it, and so they just kind of sniff it. And not sure yet. Get a little bit of slobber on that though; it'll start smelling pretty good, I bet. He knows he wants it; he's just not sure what to do with it yet. Sometimes those firsts are a little confusing. There's Amigo. So I guess there's some interest in it. Definitely not ignoring it, right? But looking at Jeff every once in a while, wondering, why are you staring at me? Should I be paying attention to you or should I be paying attention to the pig's ear? So yeah, I guess he's gonna get used to that. Let's see. Still a couple of weeks away for Migo starting his training. Well, okay, he's gonna check back in. Thanks for the super chat, Jeff. I know he probably didn't hear that because he said he doesn't have audio there, but that's okay. He can watch this later and pig ear wreath on my door. Yeah, that'll definitely scare away the locals. That's a weird sound. My dishwasher's making a weird sound, so I don't know what's going on. We'll let it go on for a minute here and see if it stops. Maybe that's going to be today's vlog. Maybe we get to fix the dishwasher. Yeah, I don't know. I saw that the Texas State Fair is happening in Dallas. That it is a bit of a trip, but it's not that big of a trip. Yeah, hang on a second. I want to go see what's going on with that dishwasher. 1 second. Be right with you. The joys of live broadcasts. Okay, it isn't the dishwasher. That's good news. It's a little thing that shines a laser on the light on the ceiling. I guess it's starting to get a little old. May have to replace that. That's good news. I'd rather replace that thing than replace the dishwasher. It's funny. It's a thing that makes these little laser lights you see on the ceiling, and I guess I've had that thing for years, so it doesn't surprise me that it may be on its way out. Have to get another one. Make a trip to Spencer Gifts. Yeah, I did a vlog a year and a half or so ago where I had to replace the heating element on the dishwasher. Dishwasher still works great though, so there's been no problem with it since. But I know I have the dishwasher running in the kitchen. I often do that. I'll run a load of dishes while I'm doing the live stream. And I thought that was what was making the noise because it was coming from that direction. It just turned out the little laser thing that shines the laser light on the ceiling was making that sound. But I didn't realize it until I stood up and walked over and walked past it. Your refrigerator sounds like a BART train coming into the station. That's funny. Got quiet in here. Why is it? It's funny. It always seems to happen about the 1 hour mark too. When I go in afterwards and place the ads in these live streams, I look for like little gaps because you can see where I'm talking and where I'm being quiet, and so I look for the gaps because I know, I hate it when an ad breaks in the middle of a sentence and you lose your train of thought and the whole thing. So I look for that, and there's always one right about the 1 hour mark, which is a perfect place for an ad. So if you're watching this on playback, you may have just seen an ad. Costco has their Christmas trees. It's not even Halloween. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Home Depot will be the same way. It won't be long. There'll be Christmas stuff in there. It's not going to be long until there'll be Halloween stuff. In fact, there may be Halloween stuff up in Home Depot already. Definitely in October though. But on Halloween day, the Halloween stuff comes down and the Christmas stuff goes up. Any family coming for a visit soon? Probably not. No. Maybe I'll get my sister to come visit next summer. My sister tutors students during the school year, so she can't really do travel that much during that time. Your Costco also has Christmas stuff up. Yeah, it's probably something that they do at the same time. Oh, same with Cracker Barrel, huh? Yeah, well, got to get ready here, I guess. Don't want to miss any Christmas shopping. Bill's show on spelunking came on, huh? Is Bite still on the couch? No, Bite's at the end of the hall right now, taking a nap. Right there. See if we can get him to move with a well-placed kitty treat. Yep, we got him to move. Coax him into coming on out here. You found it, but you're not going to eat it? He's looking for it and saying, oh, I just stepped on it. There it is. A little bit closer every time here. You got to bribe him into the shot here. That's how it works now, right? Popped him on the head with that one. I don't know about tortoises getting fat, but that one's getting fat, definitely. Let's see here. What's going on? What have I missed? Eric's back. That's good. Your Target has Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas at the same time. All right. Right in the middle of it, they're selling the DVD, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Hey, Mark, how's it going? It's been a while. Glad you stopped in. We still in drought conditions? Yeah. I think in all, we've gotten maybe 2 inches of rain like in the last couple of weeks. What's blooming around the property? Basically, the okra is going crazy. Um, you may remember that I planted that ornamental grass in the yard a couple years ago, and that's blooming, and that's really nice right now. I'm very happy with how that ornamental grass is growing because it's just really spreading in and filling in the whole thing, and that's really what I wanted. I wanted to fill in that whole bed. Now, Foch doesn't seem to be very interested in that, but I have seen her go in there and kind of walk around in there, but she doesn't seem to eat it. So, whatever. She knows what she likes and what she doesn't like. Who remembers when I set the camera up in the cat's room and watched for hours? Yeah, I did a whole bunch of videos like that. I think that was like on the first days I was going to work. I'd just turn the camera on and leave it all day. Because we were kind of right in the middle of the COVID thing at that point. And so there were a lot of people that locked in, and I think they enjoyed, talking to each other. And wasn't really that big a deal to do, just turn on the camera and then people have, if the cats are doing anything, then they do something. If not, I think most of the time the cats kind of got in there and said, oh, he's got the camera running. Okay, let's go sleep somewhere else. Because wherever I did that a few times in a few different locations, and wherever the camera was, the cats seemed to avoid it. You like the solar flare video? Thank you. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting one, and it was the first time I've gotten to actually pull out that solar telescope and actually look at the sun and see sunspots. So that was fun too. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the eclipse in a year and a half. I've said it before. If I'm still vlogging, then I'm going to try and live stream the whole thing. You like the video I did with Flash, the one that just went up last night with Flash eating different things? Yeah, I thought that would. I thought people would like that. Everyone seems to like it when I put videos of Flash up. So there'll be more, but it may be another another month or so before I'm, because it takes a while to shoot those videos. You can't just shoot them all in the same day. Flash can only eat so much. Yeah, I'm surprised how many people stopped in that because I mean, on the days when I was at work, I'd check in from on my cell phone when I was on my break, and it was funny how many people were just there all day, or go in and they were there for an hour or two, and that was it. Yeah, I'm glad people are watching Matt's videos. And I'm glad that he's sticking with it. He's not having an enormous amount of success. He's only got about 300 subscribers, and he's been putting a lot of videos on it. But I think it's one of those things uh, the that once it connects and once people see how great it is, they're going to be really glad that he has a huge library. Because I mean, he's already got more videos on his channel than I have on mine. Because he'll go out and he'll shoot 3, 4, 5 videos a day. He'll take his camera, set it down, shoot one section for 20 minutes, then go somewhere else, shoot something else for 20 minutes, and get a whole bunch of videos. That was the day the bear moved. Yeah, right. That's still sort of legendary. Yeah, go in and comment on his videos. I know he appreciates seeing it, and I know I go look at the comments on his videos, and I see a bunch of names there I recognize. So I'm glad you guys are taking a look at that. Figure out why. Oh, okay. I guess the image does just look a little weird. I was looking kind of at the let's see if I can get it kind of that side of the image there, and I thought, what is that? It's like, oh, that's like a cliff face or something. No, it's a cliff face. Sorry, sometimes I got to understand the world here. I see something and I can't quite explain it, and I have to figure out what is it I'm looking at here. Haven't used the pool as much this year as I have last. In fact, I think I was in it one day last week, and that was it. It might be one of those things that was just a novelty at the beginning, and at some point I may remove it. I don't know. We'll see. It is nice on a really warm night, to go out and chill in the pool, especially after I've gone on a walk. If it's a warm night and go out, on a walk, and then you come in, you're a little sweaty. It sure feels good to get into that pool. So I don't know. We'll see. I think would be great for like Matt's videos. I think the target audience should be people at work because you can just put it on there, press play all, and blow it up full screen. It's like a really peaceful, soothing screensaver. And you can just watch him. He's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. He's got more videos up than I do. And he's been doing it half as long. I guess I probably should do a shout out to Charlotte and Logan because I understand they're watching today. It's just mom's at work. So, hi, Charlotte and Logan. How you doing? You having a good day? You been good? My understanding is that they aren't always good. Ah, they're good. They're good kids. I haven't actually put any of the Halloween decorations out. I just pulled them out because I wanted to check on their status. They won't go up probably until the day of Halloween. A lot of times I do that is, I'll just put it up the day of. Fortunately, this year Halloween's on a Monday, so I'm already off of work. So that will be the task for Halloween day is putting up the Halloween, get the decorations, getting it all ready, get everything wired up. Does Flash know how to swim? I don't think so. In fact, somebody posted that very question on the on the video I posted last night. Ask about her relationship to water, and Flash isn't interested in water. I don't think she knows how to swim. She's a desert tortoise, not an actual desert tortoise, but a tortoise that lives in the desert. And so I'm guessing she doesn't, in her natural habitat, she doesn't have a lot of exposure to water. Matt's videos make you sad. That is interesting. Hawaii is such a beautiful place, so I would see him maybe someday going to other locations too, not just oceanscapes, but there's a lot of really beautiful places in Hawaii. 20-minute video of Kilauea erupting. That would be kind of fun. You haven't really been doing anything different in the beer front. I still like the Voodoo Ranger. I do like the fact though that we got 3 breweries in town. Actually, a fourth one too. I just haven't been to yet. But Brotherwell, I've been there a couple times. I've been to Bear Arms a couple times. Waco Ale Company. I wasn't really into anything they were selling, so haven't been back there. But I might check them out again some point. Like I said, there's a fourth brewery kind of downtown. There's a couple of them. Hold on, I'll get the. I'll show you the two. There's the one with the green label and the one with the orange label. So yeah, these are the two that I'm drinking right now. This is just their straight IPA. I really like this one. It's got a good hoppy flavor, and I'm a fan of that. And then this is their Imperial IPA, and this one's pretty good too. So those are the two I'm kind of drinking right now. I can take Guinness in small doses. I'm not one of those people that like to drink Guinness warm though. It's got to be, beer's got to be cold for me. I'm weird that way. When am I gonna show you how old Flash really is? Um, Someday I'm gonna have to do that. Are they bitter? A little bit, a little bit. It's got that bitter hoppy flavor, and I really like a good hoppy beer. I think I've said that before. That's why I really like IPAs. There's a song called "The Cat Came Back." I don't doubt it. I never really developed a taste for root beer. It was too sweet for me. Same with Dr. Pepper. I know I probably have no right to even live in Waco, Texas if I'm not a Dr. Pepper fan, but so be it. Yeah, I just never, I think especially in the case of like root beer, it just seemed too heavy too. It's my take on self-driving cars. I don't think the technology is there yet. I worry about, how it's going to deal with, life-threatening situations. How's it going to, you know, uh, deal with if you have to make a choice, two bad choices, which, how's it going to choose? I still prefer to allow the human to remain in control of this. There is some kind of cool automation on my car. It has something called automated cruise control. So you can set the speed, set your cruise control speed at wherever you want. And if there's a car in front of you that's going slower, it'll pull up to a safe distance and then it'll follow that car at a certain distance. And if the car speeds up, my car will speed up too. Uh, but even there, with that simplistic stuff, I've seen it make mistakes. It's easily fooled. And so I don't know if I'm ready yet to, turn a car over to completely to a computer. Plus the fact, what happens if someone hacks the computer? What about fruit flavored beers? I don't like fruit flavored beers. Not into that. Yeah, my car does that too. In terms of it's lane assist, I think is what they call it. Limousines are nice. Computer is better than drunk drivers. I will give you that. But maybe the solution is if you're a drunk driver, is don't drink and drive. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing national park videos too. Definitely, I think the first one I'm going to try and hit is Yellowstone. I want to see the geysers again. Plus, the fact is, a self-driving car really the right answer for a drunk driver? If they're so drunk, can they even tell the car where they want to go? They get drunk, they pass out, they tell the car something, they want to go somewhere, they get drunk. they pass out, and then next thing they know, they're 2,000 miles away. It's like, how did I get here? That would be good lesson though. Now, there's some people that are talking about forcing cars to have breathalyzers in the car, and the engine won't start over, turn over unless you take a breathalyzer and pass. That is stupid. To say nothing of it seeming to be a little obscene. Yeah, I can deal with dark beers. It's not my favorite thing, but I don't say, oh, I really go for a dark beer right now, but I just like a beer with good flavor. How do I feel about breathalyzers in general? I mean, I think it's a good way for the police to determine sobriety on the spot. In terms of having one in my car, though, I don't think so. What concert am I going to with Jordan next month? We're going to go see the Flaming Lips. And I don't know if I'm going to vlog it. I may. I'm not going to bring my Canon camera. If I vlog it, I'll just shoot it on the cell phone. But yeah, we may vlog it. It's supposed to be. I'm looking forward to it. You like beer that can drive? Okay. I didn't know beer could drive. Or maybe that was some autocorrect thing here. Maybe you meant bears that can drive. That would be kind of strange, though, too, wouldn't it? So there's the question, Laura Lee. Which is it? Full time cook, full time masseuse, or full time limo driver? I don't know if I'd pick any of those, really, honestly. I like cooking myself, so and I've never had a massage, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm missing here. Oh, Gene's checking out for church. All right, have a good church, Gene. See you next time. Plan to be here next week. Next week. I have to pick one, huh? I don't know. I guess I guess the masseuse, because I don't really see the need for having a limo and a driver. I don't drive that much, and when I do, I like it to be into my terms. So, in terms of cooking, I enjoy cooking. So, yeah, I could maybe make an exception for that, Mark, in terms of if you're a someone who's repeatedly drinking and driving, having to prove that you're not drunk before, that might be the answer. But Have we talked about the Queen? Yeah, a little bit right at the beginning. Rest in peace. She was a graceful and very important person. So she lived a very honorable life, and England is going to miss her. The world is going to miss her. I don't see her. I don't see King Charles being the same way. How could I go through life without ever having a massage? Very easily. Never had one. Yes, I never vacationed in Mexico. No, I didn't. At least not as an adult. We went there once. I think we went to Tijuana once when I was a kid. I have cousins that used to live in San Diego, and so we went into Tijuana once. Not my kind of place. Yeah, you're right, Dr. Susan. End of an era. It's amazing how long she's been alive, though, and how long she ruled. 70 years. She was queen during World War II. That's insane. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just never saw the desire to go and do that, to go get a massage like that. Queen's funeral's on the 19th. Okay. All the resorts in Mexico have massage as a must, huh? Interesting. Yeah. Like I said, the only time I've been to Mexico was when I was a kid, and probably would have been inappropriate for me to get a massage at that point. Okay. YouTube chose to block this one. I'll put it up there just because it's a funny comment. No, I was not a drug mule. Was not so far as I know. I hear stories of like parents putting drugs in their babies' diapers and stuff like that. So who knows? I wasn't that young though. I was, I don't know, probably 8. So I was just out of diapers at that point. No, I didn't hear the one about a kid took a sip of pina colada and died. That's sad. Yeah, I hadn't heard that either. I don't know. Let me see if I can find something online here. Okay, it says the kid was 18 years old, so that doesn't really sound like. The moments of taking a sip, she fell on the floor and suffered from anaphylactic shock. Okay, so it wasn't the pina colada here. Uh, the victim had no idea the barman had swapped out the cocktail's go-to ingredient, coconut cream, with cow's milk cream instead, and she has a dairy allergy. That's what happened. Yeah. So it wasn't the pina colada itself. It was a dairy allergy. That was my first thought. Because a sip of alcohol isn't going to kill you. No matter how young or how old that is. Um, but it could be something else. I was thinking, there's some ingredient probably, and that's where it was. Have you ever had a fear of flying or a bad experience on a plane? Never had a fear of flying. I have had points where we hit some pretty nasty turbulence and people flew around the cabin, but I'm not sure what that comment you're trying to make there, Mark, but YouTube blocked it. And I guess I see sort of why. I'm assuming that some weird typo, so I'm going to give you an opportunity to try that one again because it ended up with a naughty word in it, and YouTube blocked it for that reason. And I'm just writing, I'm just writing it off as a spell error or something like that. So we'll try that again. Yeah, see, Mark's even saying it. The phone is saying different than what you're telling it. We'll give it another shot here. I'm going to hide that one for now. Yeah, the TSA is getting a little out of control. In fact, I wrote a number of years ago. I heard a story about an experience my sister and her kids had with the TSA, where they basically, opened up all of their suitcases and rummaged through all their stuff, while my 4-year-old niece and 7-year-old nephew were just sitting there wondering what's going on here. And I called it the Terminal Stupidity Organization. Yeah, see now YouTube is blocking this one because we're criticizing a government agency. You can't do that. Ever made clam chowder? No, but I love clam chowder. I guess if I could figure out how to do it, that'd be great if there was like an instant pot recipe. But I always keep cans of clam chowder around because I like clam chowder. Yummy, yummy. Your dad was in the fish business. Well, what YouTube does is if a comment includes certain keywords, it'll throw up a screen for me to give me the option to um, decide whether it goes live. So they aren't censoring anything per se. They're just flagging it to me and giving me the option of whether it gets posted or not. In most cases, I think they're wrong. But last week they caught a troll, and so we got the troll killed before anybody even saw it. Got a bubble machine for $9, huh? I got a bubble machine. I used to use it at Christmas. I'd have it spewing bubbles out of the front of my house. The bubbles really shined really cool in the in the reflection of the Christmas lights and stuff like that. How long has it been going on? Oh, I don't know, probably several months. I don't really have a problem with that, and I think I have an option in the settings I could turn it off if I want. But since they're giving me the ability to decide what goes and what doesn't go, you know what? That's fine. Like I said, it blocked a troll last time before the troll. The troll made a rude comment in the first statement, and I got to block him without anyone even seeing it. Yeah, that's sort of how I look at it. It's like spam on email. Not that I've been aware of that it hasn't been going on for that long. I think I saw it. YouTube updated their live stream platform a couple months ago, and I think it probably started with that. Am I going to do a special Christmas yard presentation this year? It'll be lights like it's been in the past, but usually with that kind of stuff, I add something every year. Yeah, see, and Dana did another one that YouTube blocked here, but we'll let that one go. We'll show you that one. See, as long as I have the choice of what happens, I'm cool with it. The second they start saying, no, you can't say that because we don't agree, then there's going to be a problem. So I'll try and get blocked. Yeah, there you go. All you got to do is put a naughty word in it, or something that implies violence, and that'll get you blocked. I'm not going to post that one because it includes a naughty word, DN. But yeah, that's right. Holy yes, that's right. All right, everybody try it now. See, I think the one, I think the word that triggered YouTube on Dana's was the word suck, actually. See, I don't even know why. I don't even know why YouTube blocked that one, Susan. Yeah, it blocked that one too, DN. But it blocked Susan's post. Six white horses fell in the mud. That sounds like what was it? Was it Logan's joke a few weeks ago? Want to hear a dirty joke? A white dog fell in the mud. Apparently, that one was amusing to the point where every time she'd say it, she'd be laying on the ground laughing. See, it didn't block that one, Dana. It's funny. I've been thinking about playing a game with the with the Facebook censors too, because every time somebody posts something that mentions certain hot button issues, Facebook feels the need to put a link up to get their side of it. So if you like post something mentioning coronavirus, it'll give you links to get facts about coronavirus. And if you post something about global warming, it'll give you links about how climate change is affecting the climate in your area and stuff like that. So someday I want to just write a post, big long lengthy post where I'm talking about something, and right in the middle of it I'm going to put the word COVID in it and just see what happens. Yeah, see, it didn't block that either, Spaniel Mom. I don't know. Maybe YouTube's AI knows that we're messing with them now. If it wasn't for the Guided by Voices Facebook page and the Escaping the Mouse Facebook page, I'd be off of Facebook now. I don't post anymore. Um, I comment on things sometimes, but I go over to Parlor sometimes, and I've never really been a Twitter person. Well, I know I'm such a horrible typer that whenever I write something, I write it, get it down, and then I read it over and over several times just to make sure that I haven't, you know, made a typo or some other stupid mistake. When you type like me, you got to proofread your work. That's just all there is to it. I've thought about going over to Getter. I want to really stick with Parlor though because they tried so hard to kill Parlor. Getter is another alternative to Facebook. I've never really messed with it, but I've heard other people talking about it. You like Getter better than Parlor because it's easier to use. That's sometimes important, I guess. Well, Tracy's checking out. Thanks for stopping in, Tracy. See you next time. Sometimes when you get cold in the winter, you call yourself Frosty. That's probably good nickname. Nope, nothing got you blocked. So far as I know, the only way that you can be blocked right now is if I do it. And I haven't blocked anyone today. There isn't a Breck currently on Getter, at least not this Breck. You're gonna look now. There may be. I am surprised, as I've gotten older and gotten into, social media stuff like that. I'm aware of at least 3 other Brecks in the world, including the one that comes on here from time to time. I haven't seen him today, but he's a semi-regular. If not, you're gonna sign me up. Yeah, you're right, Mark. Technologies have good sides and bad sides. And honestly, I'm starting to think that social media has been more negative than positive. It's really coursing society a lot. People just feel very comfortable now just attacking somebody in the most violent and vicious way. It's because they know in social media they can, do it virtually anonymously. I think it's a big part of the reason we've kind of lost the ability to talk to each other. Although I think there is, some positive that comes out of it too. I think very largely these live streams and stuff like that are very positive. I know a lot of people say they enjoy them, and when a lot of times a lot of my viewers are people, maybe they're locked in their house, because of health issues or something like that, and so it is a positive thing because it gives them a connection to the outside world, and people need that. A lot of people are very, very social. I'm not. I'm a person that can be very happy by myself, but there's a lot of people that are very sociable and don't deal with you know isolation very well. Yeah, we do have to figure out a way to get rid of the bots. They got to figure out a way to verify that every person is real. That's in large part why the Twitter deal with Elon Musk has fallen apart, because he can't get Twitter to admit, what percentage of the users are just bots. Is Flash or the cats on social media just what you've seen? They don't have their own channel or anything. There isn't a bite page like there is a Jaws page. Yeah, I've thought about True Social too, but like I said, right now I'm kind of you know not really interested in starting up a new social media profile. You also got to remember, whenever you get something free like Facebook, they got to pay for it. They're making money, and so you got to figure out what is it they're selling, and ultimately what they're selling is your user data. So if you don't know what the product is, you're the product. But I have to deal with bots here too, because there's people that are constantly going on to, well, not people, but there's bots that are constantly going on to my video channel here, on commenting on stuff and trying to post porn videos. Fortunately, there is an option in YouTube to prevent people from posting links. So if you post something that looks like a link, it'll flag it and it'll hide it and put it aside and allow me to choose whether it goes live or not. Now, sometimes people will comment on one of my videos by posting another YouTube video, and in that case, I'll look at it and say, okay, that's legitimate. I'll let that slide. But I do appreciate the fact that I can prevent you from having to see all those porn links, because a lot of them aren't even porn links. I bet you it's hackers attempting to take over your computer. So it's dangerous that they're even there. And you think, since the messages are always generally the same, that YouTube would be able to just write an algorithm to block that. But whatever. I don't know. I've never been to Getters, so I've never. I don't know what I can or can't do. Any baking vlogs in the future? How about sweet potato pie cupcakes? I do have a vlog coming up. It's one of the two videos that I have to finish up, and I'm probably going to finish up today. Um, so you'll see that at some point. Um, but in terms of doing one about sweet potato pie, anything, no, I don't like sweet potatoes. So there's not going to be any sweet potato anything. That's just me. Oh yeah, I see enough uh, autocorrect errors that I generally know what people mean. So yeah, I knew what you meant, DN. Yeah, Jordan got Jaw from, I believe, some sort of an adoption agency. He did a video on it. Go back and look. I think he did it like on one of Jaw's birthdays. It was a few years ago, so you'll have to dig for it. I know at the time Jaw had a sister, and Jordan was trying to get me to adopt his sister. Oh yeah, all the sites are going to have a certain amount of garbage because there's going to be people that figure out how to use it to try and manipulate other people. That's always going to be an issue. Getting close to the end of the water. It must be close to the end of the live stream. Your girlfriend is making meatballs, uses them all sorts of things. That's cool. Yeah, I like meatballs. Yeah, you're right, Spaniel Mom. It's vodka. I misspoke. It's not water, it's vodka. Yeah, Twitter is the worst, but Facebook isn't far behind. On one hand, they get protection because they say we're not a publisher, we're a content provider or something like that. We can't be held responsible. But then they censor stuff that they don't like. We need to lift all those protections that social media has. Allow people to sue them because the companies like Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, they're doing enormous damage to the country and to the world. This computer is not covered by the Geek Squad. What's going on? What's happening with it? Who knows? Maybe I can help. How's my family? The family's doing good. My mom is visiting with her brother from Minnesota today. Her brother and her brother's daughter came to visit. So this is the first time she's seen them since my father passed. Since actually before my father passed, I think last time she saw them, she went and visited them in Minnesota with my dad, and they couldn't come out for the funeral because that was right at the beginning of COVID, and Everyone was very concerned about that. So need to replace the hard drive. That could be a challenge because you have to figure out how you're going to get your data onto it. Did the hard drive just crash, or is it just not booting? Or because the first thing you want to do then is if you can get into it, even if you get in like in safe mode, you can sometimes do a backup from safe mode and at least get your data off. Then you just got to find a way to reinstall the operating system. That can be a challenge. I have been known to go to Geek Squad, and they've done some good stuff. But just look at reviews. Okay, so you just lost the hard drive, but you have a backup. Yeah. So yeah, you're just going to have to find somebody to. A lot of times, computers like that will come with um, a an ability to restore the operating system. Usually, the hard drive will be partitioned into two parts. One will be your main operating one, and then there'll be a smaller partition that'll have the ability to restore the operating system. And usually, what you want to do is take that, run the program, and it'll allow you to burn the restore data to a compact disc or a DVD, and then you can use that to restore the system. I know, for instance, the laptop here that I'm using for this does that exact thing. It has a partition with a restore function on it, and that allows you to do that. Now, since this laptop doesn't have an optical disc burner on it, I'd have to hang another. I have a USB optical disc burner that's on the main system over there that I use from time to time. Asus won't let Best Buy to work on it. That's weird. I mean, I would say they don't really have any say anymore over it. If it isn't under warranty anymore, Asus has no say over who you have repair their computers. If Asus isn't willing to fix it for you for themselves, then you ought to be able to go wherever you need to. New show, Ask Breck. Yeah, well, that's what these live streams are. Ask me anything. I'll see what I can do. Problem with if you've lost the hard drive altogether is it's sometimes hard to get at that restore data. That's why it's nice to take that and move that somewhere else. Sometimes they'll let you put it on like a flash drive, but then the question becomes, can you boot from a flash drive? Because that's the first thing you got to do is you got to boot up the operating system, and without a functioning hard drive, if you can't boot on the flash drive, you're pretty much out of luck. Why did I move to Texas? I was in California for most of my life, all of my life at that point. And honestly, the job at Disneyland wasn't going well. I knew it kind of was coming to an end. I was getting to the point I couldn't afford the house anymore. And I didn't really see any prospects for that. And California was going a direction politically I wasn't really into. And so I decided I wanted to go somewhere else, and I chose Texas. Black Dot's checking out. We're pretty much to the end anyway, so we're going to stop this one in the next couple minutes. So now is the last couple minutes to ask Breck something. How to find a repair shop. Look online and look for reviews. That's all I can really say. And don't pay for anything until they tell you that what they're going to do for you. Ask friends. I mean, you probably know people that have had computer problems. Where's Bite now? He's probably in his room. I don't know. I may check out Getter. Possible. Like I said, I'm not really doing a lot on social media right now. I do look at Facebook from time to time and I'll respond to things, but I don't usually post very much anymore. I haven't posted anything on YouTube or on Facebook in more than a year. What's for dinner tonight? I think I'm gonna go get a good steak or something. I've been eating a lot of stuff that I've made, for vlogs for the last couple of weeks, and I'm interested in something a little different. I really, really like that tomato soup I made. That was amazing. That's definitely going to be a go back to. And even the gumbo I made was pretty good. Deanne is promising to check me out on Getter if I get over there. Who knows? Maybe. All right. Well, it sounds like we're kind of wrapping this one up. So I got a couple vlogs I got to finish today. So I'm going to end this for now, and we'll try this again next week. Thanks everyone for talking. This was fun. See you next time. Good night.